Hello everybody, Mewtwo Overkill here. Going to be giving you a deck profile on my new Kaiju Blue Eyes deck. I just finished this deck about a week ago and I'm really liking it. It's my first legally playable deck that I've had in a while. And I'm really enjoying it. I think it'll still be kind of good after Links come out, so that's why I wanted to make Blue Eyes. So we'll just show off the deck here. It's not a Blue Eyes deck without three of these, obviously. Blue Eyes White Dragon. He's there when you need him. And then we play 3 Blue Eyes White Alternative Dragon. Just reveal Blue Eyes to summon him from your hand. Pretty good. You can also pop a monster in lieu of attacking. 2 Dragon Spirit of White. He's another level 8 target for things like Trade In and Return of the Dragon Lords. His effects are pretty good too. Sending him to the graveyard to summon Blue Eyes during either player's turn is kind of helpful. But I mostly use him to banish back row and lead into Xyz plays. We have 3 the White Stone of Ancients, very key card in the deck. Just when he's in the graveyard that turn, the end phase of the turn, you summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck, which is pretty good. And you can banish it from your graveyard to add a Blue Eyes card from your deck to your hand, or from your graveyard to your hand, excuse me. Then the other egg we run is the White Stone of Legend. When it's sent to the graveyard by any means, you just add a Blue Eyes White Dragon to your hand. The other 2 main tuners of the deck are 2 Maiden with Eyes of Blue, just to kind of help stall a little bit. Like make them waste their Dark Holes, Regekis, or Kaiju Slumbers to get rid of it. I should say this is like a semi-budget build. I'm not using Sage because Sage is like $30 each right now, so I'm not running Sage. Instead, I run a Kaiju engine of Godarla, Dagoran, and 2 Gamma Seals. There's a Kaiju for that. You got a big monster, there's a Kaiju for that. And then my hand traps are 2 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Pretty good card. It's growing in popularity. I really like it personally too. I like this over Effect Veiler, only because I'm not playing Sage, so I can't search Effect Veiler anyway. Then we have 1 Dragon Shrine. 1 is really all you need to get going, just because you have so much graveyard stuff stuff that discards stuff to the graveyard anyway. 3 Melody of Awakening Dragon. This gets your Blue Eyes and your alternative to your hand, or 2 alternatives, or 2 Blue Eyes, or mostly Blue Eyes and alternative. You search both one of each by discarding a card. Triple Trade-In. The deck is level 8 dragons, so triple Trade-In is a must. 1 Cards of Consonance for the White Stones of Ancients and Legend. Draw power is always nice, and we complement more draw cards with the 1 Upstart. For board wipes, we have 2 Kaiju Slumbers. This is based on the new ban list, so only 2 Slumber. I was only running 2 anyway, just because I couldn't find space for 3 Slumber and 6 Kaijus. And more board wipe, we have Regeki. Back row Destruction with 2 Twin Twisters. Graveyard Recursion. Soul Charge, the End Win button. 3 Return of the Dragon Lords. Monster Reborn for dragons. Level 8 and 7 dragons. And you can banish it from your graveyard to protect a dragon from being destroyed. 1 Silver's Cry. That clutch summoning of a Blue Eyes on your opponent's turn, because it's a quick play, can really help sometimes. And the only trap in the deck is another board wipe, Torrential Tribute. Good old Torrential Tribute. Now for the extra deck. The extra deck is pretty budget too. There's not going to be like Crystal Wing or nothing in here. I did open a Crystal Wing, but I did have to trade it to get most of the stuff from the main deck, so that's why I don't have one anymore. So we have, this is the only card that's really not budget. It's like 20 bucks, but it's because I opened it out of a pack that I have it in here. 1 Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. You can contact fuse him with 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons on your side of the field. He's not bad. Can't be destroyed by battle. And can attack 2 monsters. 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragons. Must have in the Blue Eyes deck. 2 Azure Eyes Silver Dragons. Not as great as Spirit, but still pretty good. You can summon a dragon from your graveyard during the standby phase, and it prevents your dragons from being destroyed when you summon it. For my targets for Spirit Dragon, when you send it to the graveyard to summon a light dragon synchro, are 1 Michael for banishing stuff, and 1 Moonlight for returning special summon monsters to the hand. Then I have some level 8 Scrap and Stardust, because if I go Spirit on my turn, if I go Spirit and then summon a level 7 or Michael or Moonlight, bounce or banish something, then if I have a level 1 tuner, I can use that for a level 8 before the light dragon synchro dies at the end of the turn with Spirit's effect. For the Xyzes, we have 2 Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. His effect is really good, but he's mostly here for Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon, which is a 4,000 beater. You can overlay it over Cypher, and he can pop a face-up card on the field and then attack for 4,000. And then that can become number 95 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon. When it's summoned, it sets up your graveyard pretty much, and it also debilitates your opponent by banishing 3 monsters from your opponent's deck. And you can also attack twice with it if you detach, but it can only attack monsters if you use that effect. 1 Divine Dragonite Felgrind. This is a must in any rank 8 deck, really. Negate a monster effect, but make it unaffected by other card effects. The biggest thing there is that you're detaching to negate a monster effect during either player's turn. And then we have my last extra deck monster is number 46 Dragulon. For the mirror match, essentially, because I can permanently take control of a dragon on my opponent's side of the field if I control no other cards. It does some other, but that's mostly the effect I use. I try to play this at the right time so I can steal their monster. And that's that pretty much. There is a side deck, but it's not that optimal. It's more geared towards locals, what I see played at locals, so I'm not going to show the side deck, but this is my Kaiju Blue Eyes White Dragon deck without Sage, because Sage is too darn expensive right now. But it's still a very good deck, I feel. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I hope you enjoyed this deck profile, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.